hello again. Here we are again. We're going to do some acting games today, and our focus today is acting and imagination. So when we are actors, we have to imagine a lot of things. If you think of what you know, if a green screen actor acting in front of a green screen, you have to imagine that huge monster coming at you and eating you, right? Or maybe there's a huge pool of boiling lava below you that's not really there. But we have to imagine all these things. And then your body can react suddenly. Okay, so let's just get to it. So our first game is Spaceball. I want you to pick a chunk of space out of the sky. Just pick it up and bring it down to you. I want you to shape it and squeeze it into a ball, a space ball of your choosing. It can be a small ball, it can be a larger ball, but you get to decide how big it is, okay? And then once you've gotten your ball, I want you to toss it up again. Whoop. And play with it, okay? Toss it up, maybe try to bounce it a little bit, walk around the room, maybe you take it from one hand and you toss it and catch it with the other. Okay, so play with it a different way every time. Try this. Try something else. Just playing with your ball. Okay, now I want you to imagine that your ball just got really, really heavy. It's super heavy. 10 times as heavy as it was before. How does it feel now? Are you able to throw it up in the air anymore? Or maybe you have to do something different. Maybe you have to roll it on the ground. Okay, good. Now play with it a different way. Keep finding all the different kinds of ways you can play with your ball. Maybe you throw it up against a wall or roll it across the floor if it's really heavy. And now your ball isn't really heavy anymore. It's super light. It's really, really light. Like a balloon, that's how light it is. So toss it up. It probably stays in the air a little bit longer. And you don't have to work as hard to throw it up in the air either, right? So play with your really super light ball. All the different kinds of ways you could play with your light ball. Maybe you just ding it with your finger. Good, good. Now take your ball and just hold it out in front of you and take a look at it. And I want you to see it, to really, really see it. What color is it? What shape is it? Is there a design on it? Or is it just solid? And then I want you to play with it a little bit more, and I want you to really see it every time and keep track of where it goes. If you bounce it on the floor, keep track of where it comes up. Play with it a different way. Keep playing with your ball. You love your ball. But now it's time to put your ball away. So keep holding your ball. Say goodbye to your ball. It was good and it was fun, but now we have to say goodbye. And then send your ball back up into space where it came. And wave goodbye. Bye, ball. So, you just play with an imaginary thing that doesn't even exist. You're all ready for a green screen. Good job, good job. You were using your imagination, and our imaginations are so powerful. What color was your ball? Did it have a design on it? Okay, good. As long as you see it, and you see it clearly and vividly, that is super good, and it's really training your imagination so that you're going to be able to see all the things on stage. I'm on stage right now at the Playhouse, and there is really nothing here. But I can imagine that there is a castle behind me, right? Or I could imagine that there's a big willow tree over here, and that I can feel a breeze coming across the stage, and I can feel it, and it's cold. So you can imagine a lot of things and have your body react to those things. So good job. Keep your imaginations really vivid. We're going to play another game where I want you to imagine using the if. What if? We call this the magic if, because when we simply say if, it helps take us into our imagination. So I want you to imagine what would you do if you lost your cat? Go ahead, react. What would you do? Don't worry about what you would feel. What would you do? Would you call to her? Would you look for her? Would you get your mom? Would you try to call somebody? Would you make signs? Okay, good. Thinking of all those things that you would do if that happened. Let's do another one. Okay, I want you to really imagine now, what if you hurt your leg? How did you hurt your leg? Where on your leg does it hurt? Is it a big hurt, a really super big hurt, like number 10 pain scale, or is it just like a little hurt? Can you walk on it? You better be careful, you don't want to hurt it more. Okay, good. Now your leg is fine, it's fine. Go ahead, shake it off. Okay, great. Now here's another one. What would you do if you heard the fire alarm go off? What would you do? How would you react? Would you go tell somebody? Would you run? Would you go outside? If you went outside, come back. Okay, good. And what's important is when I say these three things, and I'm going to say them one more time, and we're going to go through them really quickly, the really important thing is that you have an impulse to do something, a very initial little spark inside of you that your imagination is responding to, okay? So we're going to go through them one more time, and I want you just to react and see what that feeling is like, okay? Here we go. What would you do if you lost your cat? Okay, good. Freeze. Shake it off. What would you do if you hurt your leg? Freeze. Shake it off. What would you do if you heard the fire alarm? Good. Freeze. Shake it all off. Good. So did you feel a certain thing, an urge to do something really quickly? That is great. That's working your impulse and your imagination together. And these are really important things. Awesome. Okay, we're going to take this into another game where you may have done this before, and it's called walking through. So you're going to imagine all the different things around you. You're in different places doing different things, and I want you to really turn on your imagination so that you can respond to all of these things truthfully, really in the moment, and do something, right? It's going to kind of prompt you to do something. Okay, here we go. Put your imagination caps on, and first thing is you're walking across a log. You have to balance, right? Over a deep ravine, and way down under you are crocodiles. So you have to probably be a little bit more careful as you cross that log, right? So now you are in a jungle. You step off of the log into a very thick jungle, and you have to make your way through the jungle. So maybe you use your machete or your stick or even your hands to just try to get through the jungle. Keep moving. Why are you in the jungle? Think of your imagination. Who are you in the jungle? What are you doing there? And how do you get through it? From the jungle into a swamp. Ooh, and it's got a muddy bottom and the water's really deep. It's up to your waist and it doesn't smell very good and there's bugs all around. And you just saw a snake swimming by. And why are you in the swamp? What are you doing there? Who are you? Keep answering these questions. Out of the snake-infested swamp into a butterfly garden all of a sudden. Why are you in a butterfly garden? Who are you? Are you a scientist? Or are you simply at the zoo? Do you like butterflies? Are you afraid of them? Do they creep you out, or do they intrigue you? Out of the butterfly garden into a raging storm. It's blowing wildly, it's raining, rain is pelting your face. Where are you going? Why are you in the storm? Do you have to get somewhere? Where are you going? Out of the raging storm onto hot coals. Oh, under your feet, they're so hot. Oh, but you have to get across them. Why are you on hot coals? Who are you? What are you doing? Into deep snow. Oh, your feet feel better, right? Good, good. But the snow is really super deep. So how do you have to walk in the deep snow? Why are you in the deep snow? Are you climbing a mountain? Are you in your backyard? Answering all these questions. And then with all that deep snow, a blizzard is whirling around you, and it's cold and it's freezing and you can barely move because the snow is deep and the wind keeps pushing you, but you're fighting against it. Where are you going? Are you going on the mountain to rescue your friend or a skier or something? Good, good. And finally out of the blizzard into a dark forest at night. And you hear voices, or you hear animals, or you hear something that you're not quite sure about. And you make it through. So who are you in this forest? Are you Hansel and Gretel? Are you brave in this forest? Does it not bother you at all? Or are you terrified? And out of the dark forest onto broken glass under your bare feet. How do you walk on broken glass under your bare feet? Very carefully. And then finally into a room filled with bubbles. Oh, do you love the bubbles? Are you playing with the bubbles? Are you trying to catch the bubbles or poke them and break them open? Having fun with bubbles. Okay, awesome. Good job, you guys. I hope you surprised yourself. I hope you found that you were reacting instantly to all those different things and actually seeing maybe the dark sky in the forest, or maybe a bat that was flying by, or maybe you felt all that prickly broken glass under your feet. So making your senses really, really hyper aware and using your imagination is going to really help you as an actor. Okay, good. So we are going to play one more game. This time is pretty easy. I just want you to walk, okay? So I'm going to have you walk, and I'm just going to give you a circumstance of why you're walking. Whenever we move on stage, we always want to have purpose behind our walking. We don't want to just wander back and forth, not really making any sense of what we're doing. When we're walking, we really want to walk with purpose and important. Something's important, right? Or we can just be still and grounded underneath us. Okay, so I want you to walk. So go ahead and walk. And I'm going to throw some different scenarios at you. So first you're walking as if you are going to school. You're walking to school. Just walking to school. How do you walk to school? Keep walking. Keep walking. Now I want you to walk as if you just lost your dog. Are you walking quickly because you want to find your dog, or have you been looking and searching for hours and hours and hours and you can't find him? Or her, whatever your dog's name is. Good. Keep walking. Now I want you to walk in a different way. I want you to walk as if you are on a cloud. Feel that really floating energy. You're just walking on a cloud. Maybe something really wonderful just happened. Good. And I want you to walk now as if you have something very, very serious and important to do. And you make up in your mind what that is. Something very important that you have to do. Something you have to accomplish. And you walk like that. Okay, excellent, excellent. So I hope you found that we can say things a million different ways, and there's pretty much a million different ways that we can walk and move too, depending on what's in our imagination. Awesome. Okay, good. We've got one more thing, and this has to do with the last game we played. So what I would want you to do is you're going to enter into your space, and you're going to do something, and you're going to walk out. But you're going to do all that with purpose, with what we call intention, with something in our minds that we're going to accomplish, okay? For instance, I'm going to walk into the space and I am going to steal something from the museum, and then I'm going to exit as because I'm escaping because I don't want to get caught, okay? So here we go. This is my example, and I want you to kind of think of what you can do. So I'm checking to see if anybody's here watching. No? The coast looks clear. Okay, and I'm going to bend down and get my thing. Okay, good. So I had a clear reason or purpose why I came in, what I did, and how I went out. Okay? So now it's your turn. I want you to think of something that you could do. You can do what I did, but your own version, because you don't want to just copy me. You want to have some creativity and do your own version. Or you can think of something else. Like maybe it's detonating a bomb or keeping a bomb from dewiring a bomb. There we go. Or it could be to take a cookie out of the cookie jar. Or it could be leaving a little present or note on your dad's pillow. Or it could be maybe, I don't know, a number of things. So go ahead and pick something. You got one? Are you ready? Okay, here we go. So I want you to go out of the space a little bit. And on my signal, I want you to come in and do your action and then exit. Okay, here we go. Ready, set, go. You're coming in, very specifically, moving a certain way. Take your time, do everything with purpose. Have a reason for what you're doing. Do your thing. And exit with a purpose. Okay, good. I'm sure all of those things that you guys did were absolutely incredibly creative and astoundingly interesting. So hopefully I can see them someday. But that's all we have for today. I hope you had fun today, and I hope you learned a little bit about using your imagination. Keep it up. Keep using your imagination, and I'll see you later. Bye.